Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a Knight of Swords. To me, this is, well, it's a lot of sudden decisions, right? I feel like you're somebody who it may take a little bit of time to get started on something, but once you do, I feel like the momentum builds up and things can just progress in an extraordinarily fast pace, right? You're somebody right now who is, I think there are a lot of decisions that you have to make right now. I feel like we're maybe coming out of this period of rest or recuperation, and now it's like we're back at work and we just feel renewed, we feel refreshed. And I think that you have a lot of direction, in your life right now, and I think you're really focusing on that and those decisions that you have to make, okay? I think you're somebody who is not easily inspired, but when you are, again, it is unstoppable. Yeah, I feel like you're a very good communicator. I feel that you're kind of an introvert usually, but in the right context, in the right circumstances, you are charming and eloquent, and you are engaged, and you are just pouring yourself out into the situation, yeah, into the interaction. So I feel you are highly intelligent, and I feel that there's a reservation. You're kind of a reserved person, but there are some things that just bring out those kind of more extroverted qualities in you. And I think right now is that kind of situation. Maybe it's when it's a subject that you really enjoy, right? It really gets you fired up. You just want to talk and talk and talk about it, right? And share and have these conversations. But if you don't really have much in common with someone, I feel like it's kind of, it's a lot quieter of a situation. I don't feel like it's something that you kind of turn on, like it's just that magic charm, that we might see in some other signs, honestly. But I feel like for you, it's very authentic and it's very real, and if you're not feeling it, you're just not feeling it. But if somebody brings up a topic or a subject that you're really interested in, well, you are just, you're the center of attention. You're telling stories, you're giving all these facts. I think you have a tremendous memory. And I feel like there's something in your life right now that's engaging you in this way. We'll find out maybe a little bit more about that with some more cards here. Oh, now we've got a Queen of Cups. Interesting, we start off with 2 court cards. There could be a situation involving a peer, right? Somebody about your age, a contemporary. It could be a family member, a friend, a coworker. It could be a sibling, I guess. It could be a romantic thing as well. I just have to throw that out there. It might be. But I feel like there really is, there's something that's really speaking to you. And I feel like it's another person that really has captured your attention. Okay? So I feel that there's this interaction because it's kind of interesting. We have, in this card, in the Knight of Swords, we have fire and air. And then, of course, the Queen of Cups is just water and water. There's a lot of depth here. Okay? So if it may be another person, this other person is really inspiring you to bring out a lot that's within you. Okay, there's a lot of depth in this card. This is a lot of emotional depth, emotional transparency in the Queen, right? Because the Queen's typically behind that veil. kind of, masking our emotions. And this could be part of this very active energy right now too, is that you're a very sensitive, very deep, very thoughtful, very creative person, but it takes some work to draw that out of you. It takes a lot for someone to kind of get you to open up. Maybe this card's about that, lifting the veil and really allowing what's within you to pour forth in your life. Okay, and it feels like it could be another person, and maybe it's that kind of conversation where you just you're interacting with someone, or you have recently, or you perhaps will be, that really is bringing out all of this fire and air in you, right? But let's look at another card here. Yeah, see, there's that Ace of Wands. There is all that enthusiasm. There's that excitement. There is this ability for you to just speak endlessly about a subject if it really is of interest, if it really is one of your passions, And I think that someone or something is really bringing this out of you. Ace of Wands, beneath the surface. This is all of that passion and creativity, all of this fire that is within you that I think in maybe in a stereotypical way, is sort of kept within, right? Pisces, you very often keep that energy in. And I feel like something is really getting you excited. It could be that we've taken a little bit of a break. We've had a period of rest, recuperation, and now we're kind of back to our daily work, and there's this vibrant energy in you. There is just this excitement to be, to be doing again. I feel like you're someone who really knows how to relax. You really know how to maximize a vacation, And for you, I feel like it really is a period of rest and recuperation. It's a period to unwind. It's a period and maybe that's what the Queen of Cups is. A period of time to get out of the fire and air energy and just get into the water, and maybe you're vacationing by the water, right? And it could be that's where you go to unwind, to de-stress, to relax, to decompress, to get back in your element, okay? To get back in your element. And I feel like you need these periodically. You need these breaks. You need these periods of rest. And, but not sitting at home and just kind of sleeping, resting, and that sort of thing. You want to be somewhere doing something, enjoying something, I think is really the key. You want to be, like I said, maybe you go into the ocean, you go to the beach or something like that. You go near water, maybe to the lake. And that is really where you can relax and kick back at the lake, but you want to be immersed in something. Something that is drastically different from what your maybe daily activities are, your daily work, right? Let's say this is all fire and air, your daily life. This is your work. This is your career, your job. This might be school. This might be whatever you're immersing yourself in on that daily basis, whether it's work or something else. And even if you're retired, I know maybe you don't, you're not in that phase of life where you have a job or your career is not the central focus. Work is whatever you put your effort into every day, okay? This is something else. This is all water. This is really washing off all of this extroversion and maybe getting back to your essential watery element, yeah, and recharging. Yeah, and exploring those things that allow you to be creative. And maybe this is the difference really between you have to read a lot of technical manuals, and here you get to just read the fiction and the short stories and all this stuff that you really like, right? The poetry, and you're looking at art and that sort of thing. It doesn't have the same kind of practical purpose, right? So these are very different energies for you. And I think that this period of rest or recuperation is very important for you because it allows you to re-enter that daily life, whatever it is, with this renewed sense of excitement, and even with like that new idea, that the new inspiration to push forward in whatever your daily work is. So let's keep going and see. Yeah, see, there's the 10 of Cups in the past position. I feel like this was a very satisfying break for you. I feel like it was a period of time where you were, perhaps maybe it was a birthday thing, maybe it was just, the 2 weeks that we get at a job or whatever the case is, where we can take some time off. I feel like you did that. I feel like you had a break from your daily hustle, whatever it is. And this 10 of Cups is really that satisfying kind of thing. It is, this is one of those breaks, vacations, one of those days off that, at the end of the day when you're going to bed, it's just like, boy, that was perfect. That was everything I needed it to be. And then tomorrow when you wake up and it's back to your daily hustle, we're going to have that renewed energy. We're going to feel strong. We're going to feel like this vital energy is surging in us because we had such a satisfying time, right? And this was kind of like, it was like one of those birthday celebrations where you really get to do everything you want, one of those vacations or just the weekend or the day off or whatever it is, where everything is just very, very satisfying. And you got to do what really mattered to you and what really is, I think, essential to your well-being. And that, to me, is the message of the water energy, because obviously you're a water sign, and I feel like this is, we got to get in touch with that element. And maybe for you, it's spending time with family. Maybe it is creative things. Maybe it's just self-care, right? And just, the pampering of yourself. Maybe it is anything else, I think it's all of these things. I think it's family stuff, but I think it's also you being able to do those things that you enjoy, hobbies, and reading the things that you want to read just for pleasure. It's just all about the pleasure, right? And I think now we're really ready to get kind of back to the creative energy, So this seems like a nice gentle reading so far. The Libra energy at the top here, this is the adjustment card or justice, and it really is about the balance. And I think that the balance is very crucial to you. It's very necessary. This is the first major arcana that we have so far, and it's at the top. This is what you're focused on. You want to live that balanced life. You're a hard worker. Yes, I think that you give yourself completely to whatever your responsibilities are. That kind of is this Knight of Swords. But at the same time, you know that you are worthless if you don't get your, 7.5 hours of sleep or whatever it is. So there's this need for balance. And I think that you're someone who really speaks up and really, really takes that time. You're not waiting for somebody else to say, oh gosh, you look haggard. Why don't you go take a day off? No, I think that you say, hey, I'm taking a day. You can feel that coming when it's like it's time for you. It's time for you to recharge. Yeah. So we've got this, and I do think it kind of is like a work/personal life, or it's a public personal thing. There is this kind of division, and I think you're someone that doesn't really take your work home with you, because to you, that seems like it'd be a violation. That seems morally wrong to you, right, to take your work home. So it's kind of like when you clock out, that's it, and you go home, and it's about your family, it's about your pets, your plants, and your people. It's not about that other stuff. And yes, maybe you're retired, but I feel like you still have a responsibility to something externally, whether you're involved, like something outside the home, so to speak. So it could be a volunteer thing, it could be a foundation or a charity you're working with, it could be a job, it could be a creative enterprise, some sort of a group that you're involved with, right? It could be church, temple, lodge, and order. But it's kind of your responsibility to something outside the proverbial home. And you don't take that stuff back into the home with you, right? When you're with your family, it's family time. When you're with your friends, it's friends time. When you're with yourself, it's self time. Okay? So you're learning the value of that and the importance of that, and I think that's extraordinarily important. Okay? But let's see what is in the future position. This all seems really nice to me. Now we've got that Emperor. We've got all this fire energy. I really think it's interesting that we've got the water energy here, right? And then we've got well, this is Libra, this is air. And so the water kind of mixes with the air. We get a little bit of fire in this card. And then that fire tends to kind of grow into an Emperor energy in the future position. And so I feel like you really are, you're going to achieve a lot of recognition or a lot of ascendancy, a lot of promotion in something. Okay? It's like you're kind of being very well rewarded for your efforts in something. This could be at work, getting that promotion. Maybe you're already in the running for a leadership position of some kind. And I think it really is because you know how to relax, right? You know how to have a good time. And I think that really helps you to then go back to this work, whatever this is, and focus on it completely, and you have this creative flow of energy. So I think that, we maybe can contrast it with somebody who is a workaholic, right? Is just there 24/7. They take their work home. They work all day, every day. They're just, doing this thing. And when I say work, I don't just mean the job. I mean whatever you're putting your effort into every single day. Someone who is just always doing it maybe is not going to have the strength to really make a lot of progress, is not going to have the stamina, is going to be kind of wearing themselves down to the point where they don't have those really good ideas. Your reaction time starts to slow down and all that kind of stuff. It's the equivalent really of somebody who is in the gym all day, every day, never takes a day off. Sure, they're making progress, but they're risking other things, burnout, injury, versus somebody, I think, like you, who can go to the gym all day for a couple days, knows to take a day off, knows the value of rest, knows the value of that particular rest day, and then is able to go back with an increase of energy for a couple more days and then take another rest day. And in the end, I feel like you end up making more progress than the workaholic. Because you know the value of that balance. You know when to kind of pull it back and when to push it forward. You're in tune with yourself enough to know when that rest day is needed. Okay. And I think that's absolutely essential to what you're doing. And so I think you are making a lot of progress right now. I feel like very soon you're going to be maybe surprised with an offer, a job offer, a promotion, something along these lines. Maybe it's in a charity or a foundation. You're going to be recognized and offered something that is it's going to be more responsibility, but it's putting you in a higher position or a more leadership type position. Okay. Let's take a look at the mystery card, or let's select the mystery card, I should say. Maybe I need a rest day. This is that factor infinite and unknown. We're going to put Alien Simon Morg Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. All right, but it will tie everything together. It will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, drop it in the comments. All right. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. And it really does help the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay, path of the serpent. What is the general energy? The Sun card. The Sun is all about health and wealth, right? This is an energy that really, I think, is being fed, is being fueled by the divine energy, right? It is radiating that divine light that's coming from that, unknown, mysterious place. And I think that this is really you in touch with, not only with your creative fire here, but just with your spiritual energy generally, just with the divine realm, The Sun card is, as I said, health and wealth. This is really the achievement of the absolute ideal in both areas, as far as your health and well-being is concerned, and as far as your, what we call wealth, your finances, your standing in, whatever organization you're with, or whatever work you do. This is you achieving considerable heights in both areas. Okay? And so I think that this is part of that balance for you, of that Libra energy, the Justice card up here, that you're really looking for balance. You're looking for not only the best possible achievements in your practical daily, the work life, but you're looking for the realization and fulfillment of your highest potential in your personal life, in your physical health, right? So you're somebody that has a lot of motivation. And I think you're able to maintain that by kind of keeping things separate, giving everything their time and place, keeping everything rather organized, But this is really awesome. And I feel like that this is kind of coming. And so when I say, oh, here's the Emperor card, and you're going to be achieving something, based on merit, right? Some sort of a promotion or something like that. I don't think you're all that shocked by that. I feel like you're saying, well, yeah, of course. That's why I'm doing this, right? You're doing this for, the progress, to better your life, to improve the quality of life for yourself and your loved ones, your pets, plants, people. This is very good energy. And I think that you aren't surprised at all by this. What's in the environment? Well, now we get a little bit of earth energy, and I think this is very, very important, because we didn't have any so far. We had the water, and then we just started moving into very active energies. Now we got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles sometimes is our future self. Now, it's very interesting with the Knight and the Queen of Pentacles. One's looking at the future, looking at our future self and thinking, what do I got to do to become that, right? You are kind of taking the opposite view, where you're putting yourself in the position of your absolute future self. This is the desired self that we were trying to, become or fulfill or to realize. And we're looking back on the past or the present and thinking, what did I do then to put myself in this extraordinary position, right? And so really it's the same thing, but it's just two different ways of looking at it. And so I feel like it's kind of, in a way, you got to dress for the job you want, We've got to believe and really visualize, and with all of our senses, really immerse ourselves in the knowledge that we are already this. Okay? And then in that state, in that future state of ourselves, we can look back on the present and think, oh, I made all the right choices. I did the right things. I can see the value. We have to ask ourselves, is my future self going to be happy with what I'm about to do? With the choices that I'm making right now, will my future self be happy? Okay. And I think that this is a lot different than at least in perspective, from the Knight of Pentacles. That is situated here in the present. This is where I am now. I want to be way over there. What should I do to get there? Right? It's the same thing, but it's different. Right? And so I think that really is, I think there are some important decisions that you're going to be making. And it might even be because of this leadership or this particular role that you're being, not given, but that you are achieving, that you might have a lot of these kinds of decisions to make. I almost feel like there's some kind of a relocation thing going on. That maybe what you're being, this offer that's on the table might involve you having to do something different in your personal life too. And we want to keep things separate, right? But if the job wants you to go to, New York City or something, do I uproot the family and move everybody over, right? So I think that there's something kind of big like that happening. Let's look at the obstacle. The obstacle card is the Seven of Cups. Really what we could be saying is that there's an offer on the table that really, and especially with the Libra energy, this is very much like a partnership or a business offer, business deal. with these major arcana, I'm kind of seeing like this opportunity that's before you, whatever decision you make, it might be such that it kind of gives you everything that you want. It kind of allows you maybe to reach all of the goals that you have as far as your practical, financial work sort of life, right? But it is going to require so much more from you that it's going to tip the scales a little bit too far. And so in a way, it's kind of like, I'll make a ton more money, but I'll have a ton less time for these other things. Okay? Or do we say, I'm just going to stay where I am, and maybe the money is less, but I'll be happier, right? So we then see the 10 and the 7 of Cups as interesting kind of choices here, right? I feel like in a way you're very happy with what you have here, with the way you've got this balance and the way we've got this flow of our life. It's happy. It feels like there's a satisfaction here, a fullness. Okay. But then we have this prospect of really attaining some new heights, right? Really this insane promotion, let's say, right? But then we're worried, this is the fear, the worry, the concern, this position. We're worried that it's going to take too much away from our personal life, our family life, our creative life, our spiritual life, whatever those personal things are, right? So in a way, these 3 cards tell a particular story. But let's look at the outcome card. One more card, the Star. Well, yeah, the Star. Spirit will show you the right path. And I kind of wonder if we're worried about this. We're worried about this 7 of Cups being the result of us making this, because like I said, there is this decision that needs to be made. Okay, there is something important going on with this Knight of Swords, and it's kind of like if you accept this role as Emperor, you're worried it's going to really not make you happy in the same way that this balance that you've achieved already is currently making you happy. Is this decision going to make you even more happy? The Star card here, I think, is the spiritual insight. This is the revelation that you're going to receive for this. I think we need to meditate on it. I think we need to allow the divine energy. The Star card is a card of destiny. The Star, first of all, we see the top, the kind of spiritual waters coming in through the top. It's illuminating what's going on within you. So I think really it's showing you kind of what you're afraid of in this situation. We're afraid of just kind of having less time, feeling like we're stuck in this new role, and it's taken too much time away from our private, personal, family kind of stuff, right? So Spirit is going to show you kind of what you are, what you're afraid of, but also what you're made of. Okay, the inner illumination is first, and with that inner illumination, the path that you should take will be illumined as well. Okay, so the light within us then is going to be projected outward and show us the way. Yeah. And so with everything that's very positive cards here, we're stuck with this little bit of fear, this little bit of worry, and it's kind of like, I don't want anything to harsh my mellow. This new role here might just totally kill the vibe, right? Might cramp my style. But I feel like the Star card is showing you that because you have all of these very positive qualities and everything that we've discussed, that I think this fear is something that can be overcome. But let's look at the Mystery card, right? Maybe the Mystery card will help us out. I want to see something positive. I want to see something that shows an affirmative, a yes. We could do the yes/no coin, but maybe not today. I think I want to see something that's showing you happy in your decision. right? Maybe a 3. Maybe a 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is the card of celebration. It's the card of family, though, too, right? So it's either the 3 of Cups or 3 of Pentacles. Let's see what we have. If you have a prediction, drop it in the comments. Oh, it is a 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is celebration. The 3 of Cups is appreciation and honor. It's abundance. It's kind of sharing our success with our people. You know, this is, to me, it feels like this is your family or your friends or whoever, your pets, your plants, your people, celebrating something with you, right? That maybe this decision, maybe this accepting this role or whatever this is, accepting that is not going to be such a disappointing energy, right? It's not going to, because I feel like with the 7 of Cups, it's almost like I want to do this emperor stuff, but I'm just going to miss my people. I'm going to miss my family. I'm going to be gone for longer hours. I'm not going to have the time in my life to really spend, with my people or my pets and plants. But I feel like this is kind of everybody in your life supporting you and being there with you and celebrating this win with you. So I feel like this is a pretty good confirmation. But the tarot's not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Maybe this is a card that says we should see how our people feel about it. If it is something involving your friends or family, if they're, see what other people think. And ultimately it's your decision. And it's up to you to look at your future self, who you're going to be down the road, and ask yourself if your future self is happy with the decision that you're going to make right now. Yeah. Very interesting energy. We're going to do an extended too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, especially if this is your first time here. I would love to hear from you. Everybody is welcome. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.